Hi everyone. I I feel like there's a lot of you out there that are working from home now, and you probably don't like it, right? Like there's laundry to be done, there's chores that you haven't gotten to in a very long time. I mean, now would be a perfect time to clean your oven, right? But I want to talk today about how to set up a schedule so that you can work from home, even if you're not an entrepreneur, but especially if you are, because working from home is the best and worst thing about being an entrepreneur. Here are my tips. Here's what has kept me from going crazy. Number one, I leave the house every day. Now, I may not once coronavirus comes to my neck of the woods, but I leave the house at least once a day, even if it's just for a walk around the neighborhood, or more likely for me, driving to yoga. Again, that might not be possible because of the whole like germ spread in public places kind of thing, but you do want to leave the house once a day. Even like I have a friend who leaves the house at the end of work and then comes back in and is like, okay, now I'm done with work. That leads me to my second point, and this is the one that I never falter on. Set time that you're done working. So I don't have like office hours necessarily. I don't work 8 to 5 or whatever. But when I'm done working, I'm done working. Meaning I don't finish, like I don't get halfway through a project, then go have dinner and then come back to work. That I think ties into a bigger conversation, and that is, as an entrepreneur, and even as someone who used to work in an office until last week and now has to work from your desk or some space in your house that was never intended to be an office, you want to set up your life the way that you work eventually, instead of putting your head down and hustling and hoping that that will more balanced life down the road. To have a more balanced life down the road is to have a more balanced life today. So for me, that means I have a hard stop at 4, sometimes 5, but usually it's 4, and I never work on the weekends. I don't check my email. I don't work in my office. The most I will ever do is I will get out my whiteboard, my permanent whiteboard, and map out what I'm going to do for the week. And that can be and that's a neat thing to do on Sundays, although you could do it Monday morning. I also like to do things that remind me of the very extraordinary privilege that I have of working from home. Things like going to 9 a.m. yoga. Other people that have jobs that work in offices are not there. And in fact, 9 a.m. and 9:30 are the 2 classes I go to almost every day of the week. And those are the ones where I'm doing the most for my mind. I also, God, exercise is so important. Put it on your calendar like a meeting and honor it like it's a meeting with somebody else. You're not exercising in order to look hot for summer or whatever the fitness magazines want you to think. You are exercising to have a body that you don't hurt in. Think about what fitness will look like 10 years from now, and do things today that will lead to a more fit life 10 years from now. On that same note, eat vegetables during the day. Eat a salad at lunch. Do something away from your desk. If you're in flow, I get it, but go leave your desk, eat your lunch, and then come back. You don't have to take an hour for lunch. In fact, I don't think you should. You should be taking your breaks to exercise and to step away from your desk. chances are you work with ideas. And ideas come to you in all kinds of places, but almost never behind the desk. Let's see. Some people say get dressed for work every day. I don't know that you have to do that. I do think you shouldn't be wearing pajamas. About working in your pajamas that doesn't feel like work. And then you're like, I don't know if I brushed my teeth today. But putting on your exercise clothes will signal to you that, yeah, at 10 o'clock I'm going to go to the gym, or whatever it is that you do for your exercise. Make sure you're talking to people. I tried to do this in person, and now it doesn't even make sense, right? Because in-person events are where hands get touched and germs and disease spread. Also, if you're an online entrepreneur, you have friends all over the country, heck, probably all over the world. If you can set up a time, and it doesn't even have to be all the time, but if you are feeling lonely, feeling like you're not in this together, that you're in it by yourself, send an email, set up a Zoom call, talk through some stuff. That has been my number one survival technique, because I don't have as many friends in Arizona as I had in Portland. And so I tried for a long time trying to find people at networking events and Chamber of Commerce leads groups and stuff like that. And those are all very transactional relationships. And so when I let go of that and I decided I could find friends other ways, I have both built more actual friendships in Phoenix and gotten closer to my friends who are actually not nearby. So those are my best tips for working from home, getting things done, and not losing your mind. I usually talk about things that are more entrepreneurial, so building your expertise, being able to stand in your expertise, positioning yourself as an expert, and building a marketing engine. But before all that, you have to figure out how you work best. And before I go, the last tip, I have heard a lot of people say, like, do your hardest work in the morning. I think if you're an entrepreneur like me, you are addicted to the workahol. And so what that means is you will work whenever, high energy, low energy, whatever. Work will fill those spaces. So if your favorite gym class is in the morning, go to that. Know that you will work. And you will get more done from home than you ever did in an office. You aren't going to have unnecessary meetings, meetings that should be emails. Those are emails now. You don't get snacks in the break room, but that's probably better for you 10 years down the line anyway. So I will be back with our regularly scheduled programming on Monday morning. In the meantime, hit me up if you have any questions about working from home. I am an expert. Talk to you soon.